Alright guys, so I'm about to be ready, so I'm going to start the countdown right about now. So hopefully this will go to plan. So anyway, I might turn the game up just one tiny little bit. Okay, so here's the time countdown. Alright, so 3, 2, 1, go! Alright boys, this is Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, also known as Ratchet and Clank 3 in Europe and Japan. Anyway, this is the third game in the Ratchet and Clank series, and there's a lot to talk about. Okay, I'll turn the game down a little bit. So first I'm going to select all my weapons, because they're quite an important part of the run. So right there I just did a cutscene skip by side-flipping around the trigger. So yeah. So I'm going to do a strat known as Silent Strat, which was found by a Japanese runner called Silence 3246. I might fail it, but who knows. Yeah, I failed it. It's okay though. Wait, you guys can't hear me? I mean, I can't really turn up my own mic, so I'll just have to hope that someone else sorts it out. Because I personally can't do anything about it. Okay, I'm not going for that strat again. Because it failed on me twice. But you can basically charge into a cutscene trigger and you can skip the next section. So I'm going to do this the old school way. So yeah. So here's a part where you jump out of ship. You don't need to do anything. You just let Ratchet fall. And yeah, I'm going to mention this right now. I'm playing the Korean version because it is 1 second faster than the NTSCU PlayStation 2 version. And yes, this is PlayStation 2. There's a lot of differences with the versions. But if you want to run this game, you either want American PS2 or Korean PS2. Japanese is a little bit slower. Like maybe, I don't know the exact amount, but 10 seconds maybe. I'm honestly not sure. So yeah, I clipped through that wall to skip a fight, and then I just jumped over the gap with some insane tech. As you're going to see, a lot of the tech that you do in this game revolves around using all the weapons to your advantage. So here's Florana. Now we can just jump around this gate to skip a lot of the level. Yeah, now we can just do this. Then we have the Quark fight. We just charge up our shot cannon and then let go of it before the cutscene starts. And that's the boss done. It's pretty slow. Yeah, well, yeah, like Zem said the right thing. Like there are like a whole bunch of dialogue in this game, dialogue boxes in this game you can't skip, and it saves like a second in Korean. And the second fastest language, which you can use in the American version, is Spanish. English loses like 4.5 seconds of dialogue compared to Korean. Oh my goodness, I failed this. It's kind of annoying. I have to do super slow backup strats. So right now I'm going to be doing a major sequence break. First we need to unlock Marcadia, which is the third planet. But now I'm going to get myself into the virtual reality training area, which we usually call VR. Now you're not supposed to go here till you've beaten the 6th planet in the game, but we can just skip along to get there. By doing a whip jump. If we hold L1 and then mash the shoot button, we can do a massive whip jump after charging. And that allows us to get to here. So now I'm going to clip through this wall, skip a section of this level. And now I'm going to do a pretty difficult clip here. Skip even more of the level. yeah, that is VR done. Now I'm going to be heading off to Dax. Dax is one of the hardest planets to do 100% optimally. Yeah, like when it comes to categories, NG Plus is the best by far. Any percent is interesting, but it's horrible to grind. And playing it optimally is like impossible to me. I personally hate all titanium bolts, although some people absolutely love it. It's kind of like an extended any percent. To me, it's just longer and more frustrating. And then 100% is just awful. So yeah, now I'm doing something called a hypershot hover, and that lets me fly over here and reach this cutscene trigger. And then I'll go over here. And now I'm gonna do something called shot cannon weaving. Like if you move the shot cannon backwards and forwards, you can shoot things more than you're supposed to. Like you can get 3 shots in them. So that's quite interesting. Now it's time for the second section of Dax, and this section's also pretty tough. And hopefully it'll go just fine. Although it is quite tough. Okay, that movement's kind of sloppy because I didn't have any shot cannon ammo, so I had to improvise. So yeah, now I just clip through that wall, and then I want to go over here. I kind of messed it up a little bit. And yeah, I lied. And of course, I didn't hit a checkpoint, so I have to go all the way back here. That's always fun. Unsurprisingly to me, this run is a complete disaster. So far. So yeah, you clip through here, then you throw that, and then you should land on there, but I didn't. That's kind of annoying. Like at this point, I would not be surprised if I go over estimate. Okay, I got it. And that's Gemini done. No, that's Dax done. I didn't mention... Now, if you're expecting fast moving this planet, it's not happening. This planet has a slower pace, but it's still fine. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip through this massive barrier. So you're normally supposed to use the refractor, which is a gadget we skip. But we don't need it. This clip can be kind of dumb at times. I mean, I lost like 25 seconds here on my PV, so that clip can't be done at times. And then we have the second part of Gemini, which is really easy. Nothing too exciting here. We do charge over this gap to skip some of the level. Yeah, sometimes I don't know if I accidentally let go of that or if the game just didn't want to charge. Point is, I stopped charging. And right here, you have to hold down in order to get less height. I didn't even know about that till like a few days ago. So that's quite interesting. Alright, next up is Blackwater City. Or Rilgar. I didn't mention all the version differences, but PS3 is way slower due to the load times and the longer save times. Although, you lose a lot more time for playing on a disc rather than downloading it off the PSN store. And the slowest version is the PAL version, because you move like 5/6 of the speed you would in all the other versions, which means you jump lower, you charge slower. It's just painful. Well, then it's just not the same game in terms of the run. So in Blackwater, we have to kill these enemies. So this is where the shots fired part really comes into play. So in this level, you just got to kill the enemies as fast as possible. I will go for Scrunchless Tana, and you guys will find out what Scrunchless is when I get to it. If you've never seen this game before. So this second mission is even shorter and just even slower than the previous mission. Well, it's not slower actually, that's a lie. It's just, you know, it's like the easiest mission. I can't talk today. Right, mission 3. This mission is kind of hard, and I'm not very good at it. So first you destroy all of those thingy things. And I do like that term, thingy thing. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and kill these enemies as fast as possible, so that 2 more enemies don't spawn. And I actually despawn one of them, but not both of them. You can despawn them both by killing the other 6 fast enough. Alright, so that is Blackwater done. And thank you to everyone who's been cheering me and saying good luck. It really helps motivate me. Alright, next up is Marcadia. Now, Marcadia is a planet you'd think would be really slow, would be like really easy and really unoptimized, but the truth is, this planet is actually extremely optimized. Like, you'd be surprised how much time newer runners lose here. This planet looks easy, but the thing is, it's really not. There's so much concentration that needs to go into this planet. Average luck. Thanks. So one important thing to know, this game doesn't have much RNG. It does technically exist, although it's never a major factor in this run. It does seem to exist with these enemies, but it's not a massive deal. And it's definitely not a deal breaker. So if you like games which don't have much RNG, then this is the game for you. But here's a story about RNG. So I was in biology class like yesterday, and my teacher was talking about like quadrats, and they said that a way to measure quadrats randomly is by using a random number generator, and then my mind was yelling, RNG! 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 So yeah, that was pretty interesting. Of course, RNG is not something you should be excited about, unless you get good RNG. So yeah, you just have to shoot these enemies. Like, if you shoot them at the right time, you'll kill them in 1 hit. That's right! RNG! RNG! So in this mission 3, you're in a turret, and you gotta shoot these ships. Alright, so that's mission 3 done. Okay, the reason why Ratchet looks like a Ape Escape monkey is because it's a costume in the game. It's only available in the Japanese and Korean PS2 versions, as well as the PlayStation 3, all PlayStation 3 copies. You do need to input a code to unlock him. It is a pretty cool costume, and everyone's always fascinated by it. Yeah, Korean's the fastest by like 1 second. It's like 1 second faster than the American version. Like, I want to say 10 to 20 seconds faster than the Japanese version, although I don't know the exact numbers. Around 2 minutes faster than PS3 download, and around 4 minutes slower compared to PAL and PS3 disc. These are quite rough estimates. Yeah, but like comparing the Korean version to the American version, they're mostly the same. Apart from the exclusive skins, the only differences with the Korean version don't affect the run, but they exist. Of course, is that you can use the circle button to select things in menus. That's like the only difference, really, that would kind of affect the run, but not really. It's an option, really. So in this mission, it's just a timed mission. You just gotta kill the enemies and not let your rangers die, or yourself. It's quite an annoying mission. It's not annoying. I guess it is a long mission though. It would be nice if you could skip this. It definitely doesn't show off the speed of the game. I don't know Mr. Orc, I've never played the Vita version downloaded. I've only played the Vita version on the cartridge. Vita is basically the same as PS3, except the controls are worse and you don't have Japan skins. Although loads might also be faster than Vita, I don't know. Compared to PS3. And this game's really hard to play on a Vita anyway, due to how small the buttons are. Like, one of the main things that's faster on PS3 is skipping cutscenes. Like, at least in the downloaded version, they load faster. It's the main planet loads, which are a million times slower. Alright, this is where you're going to see some speed. So we do a falling lag jump through there. We go through here, and then we just... Camera, please. And then we just side flip through here. And then we can talk to Al. Still easier than PAL Mastoids. And yeah, that's Marcadia done. Next up, we will go to, where is it? Annihilation Nation. And the main reason why we have to unlock Marcadia is because we need to unlock Nation to advance the game. So, while we do skip 4 planets with the VR skip, we still have to go back to 2 of them. It's not Asaki. It's very close, but it's not the same. So now we're entering Annihilation Nation. Now, usually you'd have to do the first mission, where you'll get the Tiergeist and unlock the Quartos. However, we don't need to do that. Due to another skip we're going to do later, which lets us skip the second V comic, which we collect in Nation 1. But we can just quit out the mission and do Mission 2. Or if you're on PS3, drown yourself. Because that's faster on PS3. Due to the stupid autosave features of the PS3. So right now, I'm just going to jump, I'm just going to land here to jump over there. I'm going to bonk a little bit because I'm bad at the game. And now I'm just going to finish the mission and fight the boss. I'm going to do a little bit more weaving. Yeah, like, IJs in this game are literally impossible to Vita. And that's one of the things which makes NG Plus easier. You can do infinite jumps for Tira guys, but the problem is that they're so hard to learn, and they're kind of easy to mess up. South Korean metric system. Here we have Holostar. This is where this trick the infamous trick known as Scrunchless occurs. And yes, I'm going for it, and I haven't even practiced it today. So basically there's a monkey called Scrunch, and you're supposed to make him go over this bridge. However, we can just skip that. However, it's really hard. It's quite precise, and if you fail it, you lose a ton of time. Way more than if you actually used Scrunch. So yeah, we just jump on this light. We go around here. And then we line ourselves up. And there we go, I got Scrunchless first try. Without even practicing it today, that's pretty good. Now here we have the Terror of Talos. This guy's kind of annoying. Because he is RNG based. It is manipulatable, but it's still kind of dumb. You may be able to hear music in the background, that's because my friend is here and he's just doing his thing. So I just want this guy to land before I shoot him more. Because if this guy goes wrong, then it's really bad. Because this guy went horribly wrong in all of my runs yesterday, and my new PB, which I also got yesterday. No, it wasn't yesterday, it was Wednesday. I don't even know my dates. So yeah, that fight wasn't super fast, but it wasn't too bad either. Thanks everyone. I mean, the way I do Scrunchless is consistent. It is tough and it's still easy to mess up, but it is consistent enough. This guy on the internet says, hi, friend at the back.
Hello.
Yeah, he's just here because, you know, he was invited over. Although kind of don't expect him more on my streams in the future. So now I'm going to talk about load times right now. So basically there are 2 transition loads and then the Final Planet load. There's one cutscene in particular which is 1 second longer than all the others. I don't know why it exists, but it just does. And it's just really annoying when it happens. It's only like 1 second loss, but that's the difference between a gold. And it's kind of annoying. And in Draco, if you're playing on PS2, there is a chance that you'll only get 1 transitional load screen. But it's not super likely. Okay, right here I'm going to do a clip. It kind of failed though. I do have a backup clip, but it doesn't usually work. Although it worked today, so that's kind of cool. That clip can be quite annoying at times. I have my own setup for it, although many people use a different setup. Now here we have the fight with Courtney Gears, and this is like the main reason why Korean's faster, because Courtney's dialogue is like 0.7 seconds faster than the Spanish after killer, and Japanese it loses like 3 seconds. Courtney's pretty easy. Just weave in her face, kill all of her dancers. So yeah, that's Courtney done. Nice and easy. Up next is Zeldrin. There's roughly 10 minutes left, I want to say. Yeah, I think there's like 10 minutes left.
Because then you know what game they're going to play on the PS4.
I know, but... Okay, so in this section, you can click here, and then you can hit the cutscene trigger for the next area. You're usually supposed to take a ship to fly here, but for some reason the cutscene trigger for one of the events just exists in the main area, so you can just hit that. And then that just warps you to the escape. So that's a pretty cool skip. And I got fiddy strats, nice and cool. Although I bonked into that guy, so that's kind of annoying. The Japanese version of this game kind of sucks. It removes a few of the features that are in the American and Korean versions, such as progressive scan. And also the camera is slower, which does affect rounds because it makes clipping slower, for an example. So here, I'm doing something known as V-Comic 2 skip. If I push the skip the comic button on Comic 1 and the password button, which is square, I can skip V-Comic 3, then I can skip V-Comic 4 without needing to do V-Comic 2. So right here, I'm just going to shoot here and get that. In the Japanese version, there's a stupid little text box which appears, but that only happens in the Japanese version. My movement was kind of bad there. I had to improvise and it just didn't work out. So you just get up here, go around here, and then to skip a section of the level, I can jump in this box, jump up here, destroy that glass. I improvise a little bit. Yeah, basically you can skip a decent chunk of the level right there. And you're supposed to take the taxi, but it's faster to save and reload the game. So I do that instead. We do V-Comics in all the other categories, just not in any percent. And they are kind of annoying to do optimally. But the game does have pretty good music. And the V-Comics are no exception. Although I do generally prefer Ratchet 2 soundtrack. Next up is Crash Site. Crash Site is one of the easiest planets in the game and one of the shortest. It's still not easy to do optimally, but it is a nice and short planet. So yeah, I can just whip jump over here to skip like a decent chunk of the level. Then I can just go up here and go down there. Normally you're supposed to go up that massive gravity thing that you just saw, but it's faster to just go back here and do a whip jump here. Yeah, this is PlayStation 2, and it is the PlayStation 2 version. And then we just skip vComic 5. Nice and simple. Now here we have Quark's Hideout, which is usually a pretty intricate planet with a Clank section, but we can skip all that. And we also skip another planet called Iridia, where we get a certain gadget, which we don't need, so we just don't go to Iridia. I think it might be able to blitz.
How many people are you watching your stream?
I don't want to say that out loud.
Why not? Is it like free?
No, it's not free. Free? More like 300? Sorry I had to expose you all, but he asked for it.
Why is this so bad exposing that you have viewers?
A lot of people don't like it.
You could have muted your mic and said it.
Nah, I can't mute my mic. Anyway, so that's Quark's Hideout. It's a pretty fast-paced planet.
Are you using OBS?
Yes, I am using OBS. Anyway, this is Starship Phoenix Rescue, and it's a pretty simple planet. Okay, it's quite hard to do optimally, but we can just do some mega flips here, and then just jump over here. And then just reach
Follow
the end of the level nice and quickly.
James04 on Instagram. I'm never too good to be.
Alright, so next up we have Koros. Now, Koros is a fairly short planet. By the way, World Record's dead by now. Which is 3156 by Zem92. I'm not quite at that level yet. But yeah, we can skip this entire planet. So what we do is that we shoot these boxes and go onto this platform all the way over here. Then we do something called a slope intercept, which you have seen earlier in the run, I believe. But you just keep high jumping up this thing till you reach the top. And this is quite sloppy. Okay, I made it up. Right, now I'm going to Command Center. Command Center's a pretty easy planet to mess up. So that might happen.
Planets, yay!
Everyone in the chat wants me to hurt that kid. Which I won't, but...
All you internet nerds, yeah? Do you want me to come around your house? Awesome.
I had no idea what to expect with him. All I knew is that he was coming to my house today, and here he is. So I do apologise to any of the moderators if he's questionable. So yeah, I just did a skip there. Just a lot of the weird stuff you see with like the movement and stuff, with large long jumps, they're all skips. And then one more skip here. And now here we have the final boss. With a 36 pace. Now 36 is my average no reset time, so that's pretty good. I'm kind of bad at this final boss, and I've just never really bothered to learn the true strats for this boss. I might even get 35, but I'm not promising anything. So in this first phase, I like to roast Neffy, which is not how you would see the world rifle do it. Although I did deal a lot of damage to him. I never usually deal that much damage to him. So that's pretty interesting. Okay, that was quite fast. I think this might even be a 35. So what we do is that we shoot him right above his balls to murder him with a shot rifle, and time will be coming up very soon. Alright, so... Time! Alright, that was time. What did I get? So I think that'd be pretty interesting to see what I got. 35-55. Not bad considering how awful my early game was. Not bad. Especially since I did virtually no practice today. That was pretty good. My PB is a 33-33. So I'm like 2 minutes and 22 seconds behind my PB. So it also looks like a pretty nice meme as well, being 35-55. So yeah, that was the run. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you want to see more of this game, feel free to, you know, follow if you like me that much. And if you don't, then cool. There's also people like Zem who also run this game. There are like quite a few runners in this game. So yeah, that was the run. Bye! And yeah, that was my friend who came today. So yeah, so next up, there's like 3 consecutive Quake runs, so if you really like the Quake games, then you're in for a real treat. But yeah, that was the run, so that's good. Bye!
So yeah,